Yo, what's up? Thanks for clicking. It's me here again with some creepy walk videos and poor English. Let's dive in.
Somebody asked me how many oceans there were the other day, and I said one, and I stand by that. Obviously, there are many oceans, I guess. I'm not admitting it. What I will say is there are portions of water with different names.
Yeah,
But collectively,
okay.
it's one fucking ocean, dude. Yeah, there's the Atlantic and the Pacific, but they're all touching, and that's one body of water. In a pool, if
Oh
you
my
have a
God.
shallow end and a deep
Oh
end,
my
it's not
God.
two fucking pools. That's one pool. The Indian Ocean, I don't give a fuck. It leaks out into all the other oceans. It's one
That's
ocean.
one ocean.
Don't talk to me about the salinity and how from a satellite image you can see how they're different and the different colors and what. If I can swim from one fucking salinity to the other without having to get into a fucking helicopter and land on the other side, it's one thing. In an apartment, you got a kitchen, you got a living room, you got a bedroom.
Oh my
you got a bath.
God, he's
You don't have
fucking
six
right.
apartments here. It's one apartment.
Think about it, man. The shadow is like a real person. The shadow is not real, it's a person. Yo, the Chinese are very creative, man. You can see those. Yo, man, this is so amazing. Yo, shit. My skinwalker son as soon as I leave him alone in his room. Yo. If his son is a skinwalker, what about him?
Okay, the video I did about the 3,500-year-old sword behind me, got a ton of comments like this one about how was it possibly preserved, and a bunch of people even commented out saying, this is impossibly fake, this is why no one believes in archaeology, you're all full of shit. This made me realize that a lot of you guys are not familiar with the insane preservations that happen naturally, like the bog bodies. For example, this 2,400-year-old body from Denmark. Now, when this guy was found 71 years ago, the people actually freaked out and called the police because they thought he'd been murdered just a few weeks ago. Now, these are called bog bodies, but it's a really broad term that's given to over, I think there's about 1,400 of them found at this point, all over Northern Europe. They actually find them in North America as well, but for the most part, when we say bog body, we're talking about the European specimens. Now, these have been dated as far back as 8,000 BCE or 10,000 years ago, all the way up to World War II. Now, they have varying levels of decomposition. This one's still a bunch of skin on, but you can also see bone here, and it depends where exactly they're buried as to how preserved they are. This is a really famous example named Tolman Man. This is the guy from Denmark we were talking about. Now, if you look closer, you can still see stubble on his chin and his lip, the crack in his lips from, dehydration, sun damage, wrinkles on his skin, hair on his head, his eyebrows. You can even see here that his face is pushed up as if he was simply taking a long and peaceful nap, the kind of nap that you take at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and then you wake up at 4:30, like, what year is it? Researchers were able to even CT scan his foot and identify arteries and ligaments and bones and toenails. It's just unbelievably well preserved. Now, it turns out Tolman Man was actually hung with the leather cord that's still around his neck here, sometime between 405 and 380 BC, at the age of about 30 to 40 years old. He ate a meal of barley and flax porridge before he died. How do we know that? All of his internal organs were incredibly well preserved. This is his lower intestine, and it still had the food in it. Now, because Tolman Man seems to have been given the last meal and then hanged and then placed on the side in a sleeping position in the bog, compared to most people who were just cremated and, buried in dry land at the time, archaeologists and researchers have suggested that this may indicate a human sacrificial burial. Now, if you're wondering how exactly preservation like this can happen naturally, well, welcome to the nerdy end of the TikTok, and we're going to talk about how this applies to the sword. Alright, this is a peat bog from Scotland. Now, peat bogs are the best preservation, so we're going to take a look at this one. It's the best to explain as well. So, what happens is the old peat falls to the bottom and begins to rot, and it releases something called humic acid, or something that's come to be known as bog acid. Now, it turns out that bog acid actually has a very similar acidity level to vinegar, which is something that we use to pickle and preserve things all the time. Now, if you take a look at this photo again here, you'll notice that peat bogs usually form in areas with no drainage at all, which means that they develop anaerobic or oxygen-free condition. So what happens is these two factors come together to create a highly acidic and oxygen-free environment. It's at two barriers that stop the aerobic or oxygen-dependent reliant organisms entering into the bog and creating the decomposition process that results in, decomposition of human remains. Now, since metals like copper, bronze, iron, and steel corrode when they react with oxygen and water, it is possible for them to be preserved just like this in what's called an anoxic or oxygen-free sediment. I don't know why it has a different name, but it does. So basically, while we don't know exactly how this sword preserved so well, that mainly because it was just found and we don't have any more data. Like, I don't even know what all these grave goods and stuff in here. I'll keep you updated when we find out, but I have no idea right now. We don't know exactly how it's preserved, but we can make a pretty good educated guess because we know what causes corrosion of metals, and we know how this preservation works in other organic materials, and we can therefore apply it here. And because of that preservation, we have this incredibly wonderful example of Bronze Age craftsmanship. Thank you very much, anoxic sediment. Follow along. Do it now.
Yeah, that's just you can imagine killing a person, then preserving them maybe for
freeze and just pulse them like this and align that with your heartbeat and your breath. What you got right here is piezoelectricity. It's a pressure activated current. Our bone composition, the mineral composition in the bone is the same mineral composition as a clear quartz crystal. So when now it's wrapped in the conductive metal of copper, it's stimulating that pulse and regenerating your vibrational resonance field. Resonance is movement. So your vibrational movement field, which is what exists all around us, and that's what creates our reality.
If we have electricity in us, that's why some knowledge can show
You see a strange coincidence? So,
maybe.
Donald Trump was this on Truth, August 25th at 2:44. Remember 244. So let's talk about words first. Breaking the mug shot heard around the world. Stop. Hold up. The shot heard around the world. It's a strange coincidence. The shot heard around the world.
Yo, if you have been watching our previous videos,
244. Looks like a post 244, shall
you
we?
know that news about Trump
244 says. That's the
Mostly-
confirm me. Dear Q. Coincidence? I don't think so.
especially coincidences.
I don't think so.
They're just
Coincidence?
conspiracy in most ways
Next coincidence? No.
and seem to be true. You never know. Share your thoughts, maybe.
I just want to go back to this job real quick. The shot heard around the world. The Great Awakening. A week to remember. So this was posted over 5.5 years ago. What are the odds of that? Trump posting the same thing. There are no coincidences.
There are no coincidences, especially the Trump. Definitely. I feel that well. It looks like it's doing it's moving water, but that thing looks godly. Or maybe more than this thing was water coming from a tree, and you can see the way it's moving. It can create scenes of mind.
Right.
Is that a snake? Is that a big snake?
Freaking out there.
An anaconda on the roof? Yo, what's that snake making shit?
No.
That's good.
Vincent, someone. Careful, okay, look. Don't fucking shit. I wasn't tripping on it.
Shit.
Wait till Willie sees this video.
That scared me at first, and I thought it's like a giant snake.
Wait until his child. Wait until his child just goes through. On the case he's getting out. Good job, boss it up. This.
Oh,
Let's
no.
go on the next one now.
Shit.
His tail anyway. Where his tail's
For it's a snake. It's a big snake.
Now.
Oh, shit.
Now.
What would you do if you compared such a snake?
It's got bones. Oh, it's with that little drop. Yeah, same.
It's all one big mess.
Huh?
Yo,
It's quite beautiful, isn't it? Like, it is like this is a skin. It's beautiful, isn't it? You're like it's a cat snake. It goes in and comes the
in Africa we eat with animals, but some animals to me, like especially snakes. Hey,
Oh my god.
hey,
How are you?
2 a.m.
Hello?
shows itself every night.
I saw you.
Huh. That's just like a hoax, or I think someone could be having fun.
Did he go off and try to have a way of selling something?
Look at that.
This looks like
There's energy coming out of his strain.
His.
in our previous video. We had a video that was showing this type of camera recording
His energy.
all
That's weird.
it's a filter recording
Give us your name.
all stuff that produce energy.
That is
Creatures,
freaky.
everything.
Help you.
And it's like in this tube there is a ghost now in here. Yo, shit. For more creepiest videos, join our membership.
Look at that.
Yeah, to support men and
And he's on a train. Whatever's in there.
they speak English very well. You can go and watch, man. Subscribe. Join our membership platform.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now we'll be showing
Anywhere
real,
else?
not this
Is that what
energy
it
produced.
housing? It's like
produced by
praise the fact that
ghosts.
it's real. Because if it wasn't real, why wouldn't it have been towards the power station and real?
Thank you to
So
those
who's
that
in
have
there?
joined the membership platform already. No,
Can you tell us the
speak up for
name?
yourself.
Who's in there?
Shout out wherever you are, guys.
Speak to your device and try and tell us your name.
English is not my first language, so if you hear any difficulties, just know I'm speaking it for fun. You can also
That's
teach
creepy.
yourself our language, but I'll be
Did you hear me?
working hard so that we understand
Did
it.
you hear my voice?
Hold it so I can get it. Bloody hell.
Ama namna gani?
I can't still hear you. Did you hear my voice? Okay. No, we didn't hear your voice. But we've got some energy in this massive drain pit. Which
Did you get lost out here?
it's gone. Alright.
I could feel the atmosphere change when we were here. That's why I said it's
Weird.
something.
Yeah. Just a bit of a see. This doesn't just pick up.
That's an upstairs.
Oh, that's random.
There are ghosts here.
There.
No.
Another one that said water earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I hope that's not you, eh?
There are ghosts in here.
If not, might be a good place to look.
Is it that someone locked them there, or it's their hiding place? No. Oh my god. Yo, that's just sad, man, to see what
So, by the way, we give away these frequencies for free, 8 of them for free. And these 8 are very
This
powerful.
website. You can go to this website and listen to 8 frequencies that are designed to help you heal for free.
Yeah. So, you listen to this one. So that's built on the phi ratio. That's based on one frequency that helps the body to energize itself. And if you listen to this, in about the 20 to 30 minutes, you'll feel like, whoa! Or even some people will feel it quite quickly. But if you hear, music, there's actually layers of notes in this sound, right? It's not just one sound. It's just not one note. There's actually many notes, and it creates this pleasant tone, and that's what we call the harmonic.
I don't know if you've heard, but these so-called governments are really playing with us. I'm going to show you this, and then I will let your mind wander off to wherever it wants to wander to. But let me show you first. Can you imagine scientists discover continent that has been missing for 375 years. Let me make it clear. I will show you the picture of this continent they discovered that is almost the size of Australia or Australia. Please, how do you discover a continent of 9+ million miles? I've been calling this flat earth map bullshit, but at this point, I don't know what to believe anymore. Maybe one day they will come out and tell us that they discovered Asgard or Thoth, or let me show you the size of what they claim that they discovered. How do you have thousands of satellites and you don't know that there is a 9+ million acre of land that is almost as big as Australia just lying there in the ocean? Ladies and gentlemen, Zealandia. This is Australia to compare it with, and this is Zealandia. See how massive it is? They claim this continent that they not know that it exists is sitting below the Pacific. That's why. But guess what? You can actually see some part of the land, and for some weird reason, you didn't feel like you guys would tell us that this exists. At this point, I'm beginning to think maybe the flat earthers are right, that the earth is really flat and not round. Because virtually everything that these conspiracy theorists come up with, after a few years, you still see it. Remember when they talk about Roswell, aliens? And now you're telling us, oh, aliens do exist. Oh, UFOs are real. These guys are crazy.